This is the tale of J.C. Freeman, a former Special Forces soldier turned security guard. To most, he's just an ordinary guy, but when terrorists strike, he unleashes his hidden skills and takes charge. Let's break it down. The story kicks off in the Middle East. A Special Forces team has been captured by terrorists. They're being tortured for information, and one by one, their comrades are losing their lives. Next in line is a soldier named Vine, a woman who's endured brutal treatment. The terrorists demand answers, but she refuses to talk. Just as they're about to end her life, another soldier steps in, J.C. Freeman. J.C. pleads with the terrorists, claiming Vine knows nothing, hoping to shift their focus. It works. They turn their attention to him. They start questioning and pressuring J.C., but he stays silent. He knows that if he spills any secrets, his team is doomed. The terrorists keep pushing, and eventually J.C. passes out, or so it seems. Here's the twist. J.C. was faking it. As the terrorists argue over whether to finish him off or keep him alive for information, he seizes the moment. He breaks free, takes down his captors, and frees 2 surviving comrades, Vine included. But there's a catch. The terrorists had set a bomb. With time running out, the trio bolts for the exit. Just as they escape, a massive explosion rocks the building. J.C. is knocked out cold. When he comes to, the harsh reality hits. His 2 comrades didn't make it. He's the only survivor. Fast forward a few years, and J.C. has left the Special Forces behind. Now he's a security guard with a family, his wife Alicia, son Ryan, and daughter Mara. Life's simpler, but his family isn't thrilled. Alicia complains he's always working, leaving little time for the kids. Ryan and Mara crave his attention too. J.C. takes this to heart. He decides to make it up to them. Today, he says, I'll bring you to work with me. His job, guarding a basketball stadium hosting a huge match. He promises Ryan and Mara it'll be the best day ever. The mayor, Christine, the governor, Paul, and the stadium's millionaire owner, Diana, will all be there. It's a big deal. J.C. brings his kids to the stadium and shows them around. They meet his boss, Dave Lee, and a coworker, Gus, in the surveillance room. The kids are buzzing with excitement. Everything feels new and thrilling. Meanwhile, Diana arrives with her boyfriend, cameras flashing as the media swarms her. But trouble's brewing. A group of suspicious men posing as Wi-Fi technicians slips past security after a quick check. J.C. settles Ryan and Mara into their seats, but he's soon called away to break up a fight between 2 rowdy spectators. While he's busy, Diana meets with the mayor and governor in the VIP area, chatting about her contributions to the city. Here's where it gets intense. Those Wi-Fi guys? They're terrorists led by a man named Joe. Their plan: take over the stadium. They hack the security systems, disguise themselves as guards, and quietly eliminate the real ones. Step by step, they plant bombs across the arena, all while the crowd cheers, oblivious to the danger. The match begins, and Ryan and Mara are hooked. Up in the VIP room, Diana, the mayor, and the governor enjoy the game, until Joe walks in. At first, he plays it cool, but Diana senses something's off. When Joe realizes she's onto him, he drops the act, pulls a gun, and demands obedience. Governor Paul stands up, scoffing at Joe's threats. Bad move. Joe shoots him dead on the spot. Chaos erupts in the room, but down in the stands, the game rolls on. No one suspects a thing. Meanwhile, Ryan and Mara chat during the match. Ryan brushes off their dad's job, saying he's just a security guard. Mara disagrees and storms off to the restroom, annoyed. With her VIP pass, she wanders into a restricted area and stumbles onto a horrifying sight. Fake guards attacking the real ones. She tries to run, but Joe's men grab her. They can't let her warn anyone. Back in the VIP room, Joe lays out his demands to Diana. Transfer $1 billion to his secret account. His hacker, Gamma, hands Diana a phone to input her details and cuts all outside communication. No one can call for help. Down in the stands, J.C. checks on his kids and notices Mara's gone. Ryan says she went to the restroom, and J.C. snaps, "You should have watched her." Using the tracking device in her VIP pass, he starts searching, but Joe's team detects the signal and ambushes him. J.C. fights off one of the fake guards, realizing something's seriously wrong. He teams up with Gus and explains, "These aren't our guards. They're planning something big." They head to the control room, but Joe's men spot them and open fire. J.C. and Gus duck into a lounge. Their weapons are advanced, J.C. warns. "These aren't small-time crooks. We've got to stop them." Upstairs, Diana and the mayor recognize Joe. He's ex-CIA. Years ago, he botched a mission, harmed innocent people, and was branded a terrorist. His career ruined, he's been on a vengeful rampage ever since. Enraged by their words, Joe snaps, shouting he'll do whatever it takes. Mara, meanwhile, slips away from her captor, Omega. She hides, but Omega tracks her down and threatens her. Try that again, and you're done. On the move, JC and Gus spot Gamma. JC knows she's with the enemy. Gus lunges at her, but Gamma's a skilled fighter. She knocks him out. JC steps in, and after a fierce brawl, he pins her down. "Where's my daughter?" he demands. Gamma smirks. "It doesn't matter. When the match ends, you're all dead. Bombs are everywhere." Then, she takes her own life. JC races to a bomb and defuses it, his special forces training kicking in. He tells Gus, "There could be more. We've got to find them and free the hostages." They split up. Back in the VIP room, Joe's losing patience with Diana. "The government destroyed my family over one mistake," he snarls. "Now, I'll destroy everything." He forces Diana to choose, shoot her boyfriend or the mayor. One lives, one dies. Before she decides, Joe's team confirms the money's transferred. He relaxes, checking his account, but still plans to blow the stadium sky high. He radios Gamma for an update, unaware JC has her earpiece. When Joe gets no reply, he realizes something's off. Furious, he orders his men, "Find the guard who's still alive." Omega drags Mara into the room as leverage. JC rushes to Ryan, briefing him on the danger. Ryan's worried about Mara, but JC heads back to Gus. "We've got to defuse these bombs," he says. The crowd has no idea what's coming. They race around, disarming explosives one by one. In the VIP room, Joe grills Mara about her dad. She stares him down, fearless. "You don't even know who my father is," she says. "When he gets here, you're finished." Everyone's stunned by her courage. JC hatches a plan. He hits the announcement room to start an evacuation. The operator doesn't trust him, and Joe's men burst in, attacking. JC escapes, but the operator's down. Outside, he runs into his boss, Dave Lee, and realizes Dave's in on it. Dave pulls a gun, but JC disarms him in a brutal fight, finishing him off and taking his earpiece. Joe, thinking Dave's alive, says over the comms, "Mara's in the VVIP room." Bingo, JC knows where to go. Joe pulls up JC's file. Special Forces, top-tier operative. Panic sets in. This guy could ruin everything. He orders Omega, "Find Mara's brother, Ryan. We'll use him to control JC." Omega tracks Ryan down, but JC had warned him, "Don't move, no matter what." Ryan resists, screaming for help. The crowd notices, and Omega bolts. Joe's team spots JC on surveillance and sends 3 men, including Omega, to take him out. JC's ready. He takes down 2, then faces Omega in a fierce showdown. In the end, JC prevails. He meets Gus, and they study the stadium's blueprint, plotting a path to the VVIP room. Gus steps out and finds another bomb. With JC, he tries to defuse it but can't. He grabs it and runs. In the VVIP room, Joe's about to hit the detonator. JC crashes through the glass just in time. Joe presses the button, thinking he's won, but most bombs are already disarmed. Gus seals the last one in a box, containing the blast. Joe panics, and his men fire at JC, who takes them out one by one. Joe grabs a gun and flees into the crowd, JC hot on his heels. Outside, Alicia hears about the chaos and rushes to the stadium. JC corners Joe and they clash. Ryan, searching for his dad amid the panic, watches as Joe wounds JC with a knife. JC staggers, but Mara leaps in, distracting Joe. Furious, Joe grabs her, but JC rallies, saving his daughter. The fight resumes. Then JC notices Joe's rigged himself with a bomb and it's counting down. Diana steps in, shooting Joe to buy time. JC seizes the moment, kicking Joe into the air just as the bomb explodes, safely away from the crowd. Everyone's safe. JC reunites with Ryan and Mara, heading down to Alicia. Diana approaches, thanking him for saving the stadium. She offers him a job as head of security. JC smiles, "I'll think about it. Right now, my family's my focus." He wants to cherish every moment with them. And with that, the movie wraps up. So friends, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, share it with your buddies, and subscribe to Book of Recaps. Thanks for watching.